We back.
What you talking about? You know what the old Cash Money with Juvenile came on there, he's like, but anyway, it's the Florida Youth Sports Forum Podcast 2.0. We back with special guest 2026 FSU commit Darryon Williams. And again, we got Coach Anthony in as we go deep into what really went on.
You ready for that?
Man, listen, I was ready 3 years ago.
Oh man, this one get deep.
It gets deep today, real deep.
Hey, athletes, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, and send them highlights, man. Send them highlights in. We want to see what y'all doing out there.
Send them highlights in. All we trying to do is give the platform back to the youth. Because you people took it away from them. And just like some superheroes, we're trying to give it back to them. Straight like that.
Hey, Coach,
Yeah.
are you ready to jump into the interview or what, man?
Man, I'm ready to jump like I got some jump mans on my feet and hit the rim, Coach. I ain't bullshitting. I'm being for real.
When you woke up this morning, was you excited?
When God woke me up, I just knew today was full of greatness. Let's do it.
Hey, like, comment, subscribe.
See, I see you back there, boy. The audio sound real good. 2CU Productions. Well, Slip World Entertainment got the whole family in here, boy.
Man, I got my mama in this thing,
like
man.
the old Ric Flair. Let's go.
I got Mom Deuce coming to check me out. Hey, what you said, Coach? Don't come in when I get rich.
Man, hey, let me tell you like this here, man. Don't look me up when I get rich. So you better go like, subscribe, and comment. Because if you don't, when we take off, when Charleston White come here in a few weeks, man, y'all going to be mad at me. I ain't accepting no more friends after the day. Straight like that.
Hey, man, let's get into it, man.
Man, when we return, we will have Coach Anthony live right here on the Florida Youth Sports Forum podcast. Stay tuned. Welcome. I'm Coach Nate, and I'm here with TJ Lee, Slick Entertainment Productions, and we have a special guest on the slate today. We are here, and we welcoming to our set Anthony Carrizo. That's it right here?
6 years, Nate. Just going on 7. You still can't say my damn name even close to right.
Oh, man, I ain't close.
Crescenzo.
My bad, man. I'm really happy that you're here. Man, we got a lot of special topics to talk about today. I think this is a podcast that a lot of people have been waiting to see and hear about. And along with Ant, we got 2026 Florida State commit Darryon Williams in the house. We'll be getting to that a little later. But, to start, a lot of people want to know the history between me and Mr. Ant and the fallout, the rise, and how we was able to mend the fences. So, we're going to jump right into it. Coach TJ got some questions for me and Coach Ant, so we're going to try to answer them uncut to the best of our ability.
Uncut.
And that's just the way it is. We here to put it out there to you guys, to let y'all know what really went on between the rise and the fall of the Packers and how me and this guy was able to bring it back together.
Uncut.
That dude almost got cut.
Real talk. It was pissed off, guy.
Hey, well, at least, hey, let's get to it. Okay, Mr. Ant. Well, I call you Ant.
Yes, sir.
So, how did you and Mr. Nate meet?
So when I had came up with the crazy idea of starting and getting involved with my own youth league organization, old school guy Scott Levinson was introducing me to a few people that I could help try to build a program around and get some good quality coaches from the inner city. And then he brought up Nate's name, and one thing led to another, and I made an appearance out to I think it was Robles Park. I was the only, you laughing.
That was a good one.
I was the only white dude out there looking crazy. And I said, man, if I wanted to build the best org, I had to find the best people. And, I met Nate. We came over the opportunity to try to, he came over, did the varsity that year. And, man, it wasn't smooth sailing as a first year org in the very beginning. But, yeah, man, by that second year, it was on and popping.
The Packers, huh? The Bay Area Packers. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. When Scott told me about this here, I was just leaving one situation, and quite honest, I was about done with it all. I was done with these people's kids, and I was done with these adults, because the adults about bad as the kids. So, when this mutual acquaintance we got came to me, he said, "Man, I want you to meet somebody." "Meet who?" And he said, "Man, y'all, you gonna like him, because both of y'all got mutual interests in what y'all trying to do." And I'm like, "All right, I'll meet him, man." And we came out to Skyway, and when I got out there, I met this Scott, and man, Ant was over there watching the game, him and his lovely wife, Miss Crystal. And when I walked up to him, I'm looking at him and looking at her, and man, they look like a couple out of The Sopranos. He got a mink on, she got a fur on, and I'm like, "Man, what is this here, man? This man ain't no person."
Cold outside?
Yeah, man, it was about 80 degrees out there. I said, "Man, what's going on with these people here, man?" But we talked. And what he was talking about sounded real good at the time, and we just stayed in contact. And as you proceed with these questions, you'll get down to the deep of what really went on beyond that.
So, Ant was out there looking like Frank Lucas or something?
Man, look like a mob boss, like, man, he'll do it.
Okay, so next question. What really happened to y'all with the fallout between you and Ant?
Man, it was just complicated. So at the time, I had a vision of trying to make a true travel organization where it was like just taking the concept of like AAU basketball, and they get the tryouts and the best of the best kids. And I thought I could bring that to the youth football org. And after that first year, we didn't win no Super Bowls. We had a couple teams make it deep in the playoffs coming from the Packers. Like previously, they were like the bottom of the barrel org for like 8 to 10 years before that. But before that, back in, I don't know what years it was before that, they were at one time the most dominant team in TBYFL with, they had Derrick Brooks, they had Ray McLeod, now in the NFL, they had a good stable. Just like anything else, orgs come up and go down. I came with that second year, and I think I just like, man, I fell for the sauce. The honest part is sometimes you don't see the real problem until it shows itself later in life. So at the time, we were building these single age orgs, and we had dominant teams, and Nate felt that he should have been the head coach of the one team, and I had brought in Twan and a group of kids that were special, and then we couldn't make the single ages work. So instead of, I had to make a tough decision, let's put it that way, of who was going to be the head coach of that team back to the 10U, right? It was 10U, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was 9 at that time. We were doing 9, and Nate had the 10U. Man, I had Jovan and some great dudes that were there from day one, and the decision I had to make was trying to keep that 9U team together. And at the time, it felt like it was the right decision, up until it was the wrong decision. And that really didn't show itself until probably a year later. The season unfolds, Twan winds up stepping down, or I'll keep it real. He quit. He ain't want to. He had some issues going on, but he ain't want no part of the team because he didn't see what it was supposed to be. And had I kept that team together with Nate and had him fall in line, it probably would have been, still the decent org, but then there was some shit said,
We've been strong up there, man. Listen, but we'd have been the strongest thing in the city right now. And don't get me wrong, we all make mistakes, but at that time, the reason why it felt so bad, it wasn't a stab in the back, is when you turn around and you see who it was that stabbed you. And I was emotional, because see, when I'm invested in something, I'm invested. And I was his right hand, and we We did everything together, you know, decide on uniforms, helmets, been to his house, go out to these expensive restaurants I ain't been. They bring you a whole chicken fried in your face and all types of fire flying up there, hibachi and all that. You know, I'm from the street, so hey, all this stuff here, he turning me on too. So, you know, he was the first person, I would say this, that gave me leeway and he's seen something in me that I didn't even see in myself. Man, you bigger than just a coach. You have real good ideas, and at that time, like you say, you know, you can get lost in the sauce, man. You know, even though without the sauce, you know, you're lost. And at that time, he got lost, and I seen it, and I tried to kind of warn him that no one man is bigger than the org. Man, we built this.
Right.
We built it. Not that one team. We built this, and at the time, I could see from his perspective in which he probably thought that individual or persons were, you know, like that. If I lose them, no, you got me. You got Nate. Man, I'm strong. Like, bro, what I got to show you? Like, we got this right here, bro. If he don't want to, you know, abide by what needs to be abide by, let him go. Man, I'll cut my foot off and still try to walk. If it got a cancer in it, cut it off. So, you know, Ant, really fired me up. And that night when we went into that room, I was on, man, I seen red. And, man, I didn't want to go there with him because he really was a good dude. But that particular night when we talked and it finally came down to what it was, I'm like, okay, I'm finna burn this mother down. I'm finna burn it down. And, you know, I said and did some things at that time that I regretted.
What did you do?
Oh my gosh, man! I went in the same forum, and man, I went on like a 3-hour rant live.
3 hours?
Man, I'm talking about, man, about 3 hours, and I'm talking about, man, I'm talking about, bro, the views and so many people tuned in, commenting, and all this stuff here made Ant seem like he was a worse person, a racist, and I ain't gonna lie, I said the C word.
Cracker.
I said, man, that goddamn cracker is. I said it more than what we'll say to our boss at work. I said it, so it was like, he really fired me up. But then, it's good to have some OGs and older people to sit you down and let you know when you're wrong, even though I felt that he was wrong, but I was wrong for the way I handled the situation. And later on, as you guys will find out, I ain't mean to hurt you or, because I know it wasn't just you that was hurt by it. And, his wife was really hurt because his wife really took me in as a, very good friend, because she done came to me about things with certain situations. Man, Nate, you need to talk to Ant about this. He's not, man, I'll holler at him. So, when I went in on Ant the way she did, I could, tell the vibes off of her just wasn't the same. It's like, man, I had hurt her family and hurt her husband. So, and, since we here live on the Florida Sports podcast, I ain't never tell you this before. I'm telling you now, face to face, even though we done overcame that, I truly apologize the way I handled that situation. I should have been more calm. And
there you go.
Man, if I'd have known what I knew now, like I said, I should have just waited and let things play it out, or however the case may be. Because like I said, when we had something special, like a powerhouse, all the rumors people were talking about, man, we weren't going out there stealing people's kids. They were coming to us.
Yeah, y'all was making noise, man. I ain't gonna lie. I was a Jag, boy. Y'all wasn't playing.
But
y'all was getting kids from everywhere.
And we were strong, coach. We had Ray. Man, we had a Packer day. Like, every idea or whatever I brought to this man, bro, he seemed a particular. I won't ever forget, this man came into my community where I was standing at the time in that nice white Jeep sitting on 34s or whatever. Yeah, man. Everybody looked, man, who was that? Who that is out there at their house? So, man, this man took me to Wesley Chapel, and we went out there. There's so many wide open green fields, and he stopped after we went to Chick-fil-A. And I'm like, man, what are we stopping here for? and he said something to me that still hits me to this day. I'm looking out. He looking out. He say, "You see all this out here?" He say, "Yeah." I say, "Yeah, man. This could be you." I say, "What you talking about? This right here could be you." If you get your mind together, you think sense, you get sense. If you start thinking dollars and use that noggin in your head, you the smartest, dumbest guy I know. And I remember
Is that true?
I did say he was the smartest, dumbest guy.
Smartest, dumbest guy I know. Smart because you got a lot of ideas, potential, but dumb because you sit on them, you tell people your ideas, and
You do that, yeah.
and you're stuck with zero. Say, man, all I want you to do, you come up with the name and all this stuff here, and as you see, the Florida Youth Sports Forum, and I'm going to get all these fields for you, and we're going to make it happen. That's what that man told me. So, on to the next one, Coach.
Well, man, that was deep. Well, I'm glad you guys got through that, man. The pain and the suffering y'all guys did for each other. So, but once again, how did you and Ant get back together and start coaching again?
Man, we getting ready for the Super Bowl. Man, as I'm parking my car, man, I see Ant, his wife, and D1 coming into the game, and I'm doing everything in my power to swerve. I don't even want to deal with it at the time. But man, as I'm walking in the gate, he's speaking to some people like Joe them, and he's standing there.
Going with Tenyu.
Yeah, when we was with Tenyu,
Okay.
he was standing there, and a part of me was like, man, I don't even want to deal with this. I was trying to weave him at first, but then some say, man, just go ahead and talk to him. And we talked, man, we shook hands, we spoke, and you're like, hey, man, just get at me, man, let's talk. And, what he was talking about was good. And it hit me right there. I said, yeah, I'm going to take you up on that. I'm going to give you a call. And sure enough, the following year, as you see, we formed the Him Squad. He came on board, and the rest goes down in history. Y'all seen what happened. Super Bowl.
So, Ant, how did you feel about getting back coaching with Mr.
So
Nick?
for me, man, it was just an opportunity to make a wrong a right. Right. So I knew I could help them out and fill a need that they needed on their coaching staff. And I honestly just always had nothing for love for Jovan and Jermaine and the group of coaches that he had. The whole situation about going to be a Jag was a little crazy, being that coming from the Packers and, the animosity back and forth. But, man, as soon as I got there, Duke and all them guys, man, it was never even a hesitation of a welcome, So it was just, like I said, it was an opportunity to make a wrong right, and the rest, like Nate said, is, Super Bowls are easy, friendships are forever.
That's real, man. At the end of the day, he's better than the majority of the OCs that's out there anyway.
Well,
So,
you did go 20-1.
21 strong.
Him Squad.
Him Squad. Well, it was definitely good, Ant, man, that we was able to get you on and speak on the ins and outs of what really went on, what transpired between us. So, glad that you came. Appreciate you, man. Man, we got to have you back. But, ladies and gentlemen, y'all stay tuned because we got another guest in the house, 2026 Florida State commit, Darryon Williams. So y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back.
For all you building owners out there, big or small, get with us at the number below. Coach, tell them what's up.
Hey, to all you vendors, sports apparel, gloves, wigs, all that good merchandise, just get at us. Trust me, when you bring it to us, we're going to give you nothing but great reviews and your business will boom.
Welcome back to the Florida Youth Sports Forum Podcast 2.0. Make sure you guys go like, subscribe, and get at your boy in the group. Over 11,000 followers. Be also stay tuned to go ahead and get your products and all your businesses and get at the numbers that y'all will find in the Florida Youth Sports Forum group. But we're not going to waste no more time.
Hold on,
Go ahead.
like, subscribe, comment.
And comment. I always forget to say comment. But we're not going to hold the press, the people. We have no wait no more. We have a very awesome guest in the house. One of the top prospects in Hillsborough County and all of the nation, all of Florida, all of the United States. We have D1, a.k.a. Darryon Williams in the house. Y'all say hello. What's up with you, my guy? Been a long time, man. You done got tall. You got your weights in your head down, all that. You know, it's good having you on, man. You feeling all right?
I'm feeling good.
That's good, man. That's good, man. Word is on the street, you done committed to FSU. Why FSU and why so early?
I committed to FSU because it really felt like home to me. Like, you know how a lot of athletes just say it felt like home to them because it's like right up the street. But it really like meant a lot to me to commit to FSU.
Now, are you a Florida State fan?
Nah, I ain't not really a fan of any college though. Really, nah. But I loved it though when I was up there.
Wow. So if you're not a fan of just any college, that means the Hurricanes is still has a chance to get you by 2026, correct?
Not right now.
Okay.
You might go to Florida.
It's a possibility, but we'll see because, it's okay for me to recruit. I'm not a college coach. But, we got some more questions. Coach TJ got some questions for you, D1. So we're going to let the ladies get in here and ask some questions.
D1, how did you get your name?
I got my name D1 when I first started playing football for the Jacks. 11U division. It was two kids on the team, me and this other kid. We both had the same name, Darryon. And when they used to call our name, we both would run up. And Coach J was like, nah, just scrap that. You D1, you D2. And he broke his arm, so he never really came back to practice or whatever. And the name just kind of stuck. And like all the people around the games, they should hear Coach J call me D1. It kind of just stuck,
Shout out to Coach J, man, my boy.
Talking about Scudder. Oh,
Yeah, Jay Scudder.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Shouts out to Jay Scudder. And, he got a big thing going on out there in Riverview called the Providence Steelers. He's a new president, matter of fact. So that's big. Steelers out there in Providence.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So D1, like you said, Florida State really was like home. So what really stuck out to you up there?
Coach Norvell and Coach Duggins, them two right there that really stuck out. While I was up there, Coach Duggins had shared a story with me that really got to me. That felt like a relationship between us already. That's one of the major things why I committed it so early.
You know what? When you was at the Packers, D1, I mean, it's just funny that your name is D1 because the name from D1 in Little League now it really transitioned to what you are, a D1 student athlete. Can you imagine how a name from so long ago transitioned from just being a name to what he actually is now, a D1 student athlete? Because the man also has great grades. Tell him about your grades, man.
My grade is good. I have 3.6 GPA right now.
Jesus Christ.
It's going up.
That's what my alcohol level was when I got messed up. So 3.6, student athlete, man. I respect that. I respect that, man. My boy got a 3.6. Listen, and this is for you other young student athletes that want to be in the position that he's in. The college is not just going to bring you in because of your athletic ability. Those grades go hand in hand. It's called student athlete for a reason. The student and athlete goes together. No matter how you jump, how good you dribble the ball, how good you can catch it, if those grades aren't up to par, this guy cannot be going to FSU or be at least committed to it. Am I correct, D?
Right.
I used to get on him all the time, and he wasn't even on my team. But, he used to come to me, and I used to tell him, hey, man, you need to tighten up. And that brings me to my next question. We just got done interviewing Mr. Anthony. How are you and Mr. Anthony's relationship? How did y'all become real close the way y'all did?
It started when I came to the Packers. He kind of just took me in. I used to come over to his house at the games, me and a couple of players. And I used to be there a lot, whatever. Mm-hmm. I ended up actually going to school from his house at some point, 8th grade. And I just kind of stayed there since, it kind of give me a separation for where I'm from, the neighborhood I grew up in. So our relationship became stronger from there.
Man, that's deep, D. That's deep. For those who don't know, this young man rode my bus. What the school? We was going to Orange Grove, right?
Yeah.
And the culture.
Bus driving Nate.
Yeah, bus driving Nate. I done drove all they bad behinds. So it's like, he wasn't one of the bad ones. He used to try to mellow the crowd out. He was more of a leader. But the environment in which those kids were in, you could become a product of that. If your friend doing something 9 times out of 10, you might become doing that and become a follower. That's what is going on out here. There's a lot of followers, and there ain't really too many more leaders. And at that time, he was one of the ones. But sometimes hey, chill out back there, because he'll jump over there and start following too. And it's good that you got in with Ant or whatever the case may be. But here's a question, because this is a question that a lot of people scared to ask, but we're uncut here. I don't hold back. How is it from making that transition from living in the hood, going to a hood school, and then leaving your situation with your mom and everything, and moving in with Coach Anthony and Miss Crystal and their family? Did you feel like you was gonna get any negative kickback from people in the hood, or was you even worried about stuff like that?
Nah, not at all. The people in the hood, they actually happy for me that I'm gone. I'm not around that environment, like my brothers and them. Mm-hmm. My mom, like, they happy that I ain't there, like getting caught up in the streets or whatever. But it wasn't a hard transition at all, because I could go home whenever I want to.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you feel, had you stayed in that environment or where you was, would you be in the same situation, or is this something you feel had to happen in order for you to be in the trajectory you're going right now?
I can't really say, because I don't really know.
That's real. That's real. So, Coach, I'm back to you, man. I know you had 1 or 2 more questions you want to ask before I get D1 up out of here.
Well, Coach, you was a pastor, so you kind of summed up everything.
Did I take your questions, Coach?
Oh, you did. But,
my bad,
that's all
Coach.
good, man. Hey, we're a team, man. Hey, we're a team. Okay. So, D1, what kind of advice you have for the kids to, just keep pushing and keep going the way you doing?
My advice for the younger generation is stay focused and be yourself. Because a lot of people like to portray their image to be something they're not, when they're really not that type of person. So I'd say just be yourself and stay focused. No matter what you do, just stay focused.
Hey, man, you sound like...
Was that you talking?
Yeah, I think you sound like
What? Great.
You sound like a parent.
Well, what you talking about? What? I don't even,
You sound like... I'm talking to my son,
Great, Dave. Well, I'm just happy for you, for real, bro. You done matured. You ain't that little guy no more. Like, you done matured. You well spoken. I could talk, but you could talk. I like that, man. Because guess what? A lot of people portray us like they all the same. Yeah. And guess what? When they see when you walk in the building, and when they hear, you know how people know I'm different? When I talk. And when they know I can talk like they can talk, they know I'm all together, and that's how they gonna see you. They ain't gonna look at them words. They gonna hear what you say. And when you say it with confidence, and I like that, everything that you did, homie. So this was another great episode, the season premiere, episode 1 of the Florida Youth Sports Forum podcast.
I got one more question before you wrap it up, Pastor.
Wrap it up.
D1, where can they find you on social media and all the platforms?
Find me on Instagram, TikTok, all that _ D.Uno.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what school are you attending right now?
I'm at Gaither High School right now.
Gaither on the map, man.
Are y'all going back to state?
I hope so.
That's real now. Yeah, this has been another episode of the Florida Youth Sports Forum podcast. Y'all go like, subscribe, and comment. And if you're not already in the Florida Youth Sports Forum group on Facebook, go add yourself or inbox me at Nate Johnson and ask for an invite. This has been another show. Check you guys out later. Out.
Hey, Coach, what's the thought of the day?
Sure. Man, after this great, powerful episode we just had and everything I done been through in the last week or so, Coach, I think to end this here show with this thought of the day. For you people, don't ever go through it with somebody about something unless it be about something.
Preach to them, Coach.
Don't ever go through it with anybody about something unless it be about something. I done went through it with people about something, and it really wasn't about really nothing. It became small as an ant, but became big as an elephant. And all it had to do was what should have been a conversation. So for you young ones, and even you adults, that's always going through it with somebody about something, if you could mend it with a conversation or whatever you need to do to keep it going or whatever, have it. Because guess what? A lot of wars could have been prevented had y'all just had a conversation. We out. Florida Youth Sports Forum Podcast.
See y'all next episode.